they're not just pushing this transgender stuff. They're pushing anti-white rhetoric. They're pushing anti-ICE
Yep.
rhetoric. They're teaching kids to be ashamed of their skin color if they're white.
Yep.
And they're pushing, racist narratives in
Mhm.
curriculums that if you ask them, they think it's anti-racist, but that's actually racist.
Yeah.
And you sent this over to me, but this was just a snippet from an immigration book called
Mhm.
Until Someone Listens. And I think
Mm.
we have the photos here, but we could pull it up. And I have an excerpt that
Mm.
on one of the pages of this book, it's promoting the illegal invasion of America. But this is
Right.
what it says: My mom didn't do anything wrong. She was just born somewhere else. Some see people like my mom as ugly weeds that need to be plucked out of the dirt, but they're not weeds, they're wildflowers, all with pretty shapes and colors, each one a different kind of beauty. Now, I'm all for teaching children that all people are beautiful and valuable and should be treated with respect and whatever. They shouldn't be judged by their skin color, of course, but that's not what they're doing. They're preying on the impressionability of these kids, tugging on their heartstrings and raising them to believe that it's okay if certain people break the law. They're
Mhm.
doing this for a good reason. Give them a pass because of their skin color.
That's right. And so what you saw there, what you posted there was one of 6,100 books. Yes, that's 6,100, 6,100 that was dropped in Maine alone, just Maine. And now there's more than that. And there's a lot of these organizations that drop these books into schools all over the country. Yes, even red states and red counties. And so these books are at the elementary level and middle school level, and they weaponize children's natural empathy. They start talking exactly like that about how these people are just here for a better life and they need help, and how would you like it if you got kicked out of your country, and those type of things. And not only that, not only are they teaching children that, because so many, especially the blue states that are sanctuary states where they don't deport anybody, so many of our schools are flooded with children of illegal aliens,
Mm,
and so they don't speak any English. I'm not talking about like reading. The proficiency of our American kids are really
right, which is
down,
pretty low.
which is real low. This is like they don't speak English at all.
Right.
And so when you take in a fifth grader or a sixth grader, they don't know English. They barely speak any English. And so because of equity and because of this culturally responsive, the empathy and the be kind, the entire school must, their entire classroom must stop and cater to the children of these illegal aliens. And so because of that, the children are seeing this child. This is just a child in front of them, and the teachers are now able to weaponize their empathy and going, look, we need to help him. We need to do that. We need to do this. And so not only is academics completely out the window, forget that, they're teaching these children that these people we need to protect, we
Right.
need to take in, we need to be kind and inclusive and empathy. And so that's elementary, that's middle school. Well, what happens when they get to high school, college? They park themselves in front of ICE. Because remember, no matter how good of a parent you are, when you're sending your children to these indoctrination centers, which is K through 12 today, they're there for 7 hours a day, 5 days a week. They're immersed in it. This is an
Yeah.
immersion system. So it's not like you just send them once a month. And between kindergarten and 12th grade, that's 13 years. You just can't beat that math. And so when you see these kids marching and protesting ICE and in Minnesota and in other places, this didn't happen because someone told them to in the ninth grade. They've been read the
Conditioned.
books. Yeah, they've been conditioned exactly like the book you just read, except that it's not just one book. It's not 10 books. It's not one lesson. It's not 20 lessons. It's complete immersion. Every flag, every story, every time they have assemblies, every speaker. And so it's a complete it's a discipleship. It's a discipleship of
Yeah.
only going one way. And so this is why you see that. So we can't separate the fact that when you see it at the college level, don't forget that at one point they were kindergarteners and they read and consumed books exactly like the one
Right.
that you just read.
And you were talking about how when you get into the high school and college age, I mean, this is why they're basically creating career protesters. And this is what we're seeing, people who literally don't have jobs and they're just out there protesting the next thing and they get paid to do it. This is going to be like something at a career fair at these schools in the future, the near future, which is crazy to think about.